Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about gold and silver jewelry. Now, I wanted to share my personal experiences regarding gold and silver jewelry respectively, because I've had a bit of a journey with maybe favoring one side more than the other and maybe disregarding the other for some particular reasons, and I thought I could sit here and discuss that with you and basically just share where I'm coming from. Now, I'm not talking about gold and silver jewelry from the perspective of color analysis, and for those of you who don't know what color analysis is, it's basically just analyzing your best colors depending on your skin tone and determining which season and which category of which season you fall into. So there are 12 categories and there are four main seasons. You've got summer, winter, autumn and spring. So summer and winter are cool toned seasons and spring and autumn are warm toned seasons. I have fallen down a many rabbit hole about color analysis, and I was so hell-bent when these first started popping up on my TikTok and stuff. I was so hell-bent that I was cool toned. Frankly, I don't know what undertone I am. If anyone would like to tell me what they think I am, it would be very intriguing to me. I don't know if I have cool tones or warm tones. My veins, if you go by veins, my veins are like a purpley blue and a green. Like, I've got every color in my veins, so I don't really know what this determines. So I don't know what undertone I am exactly. When this first popped up, I was adamant to be cool toned because of my hatred of gold jewelry. There was a part of me that this is up until very recently, mind you, I just hated gold jewelry. So in my opinion, I was like, oh, if I'm a cool season, like a summer or a winter, I was pretty certain I was like a dark winter or a deep winter. To be honest, I don't know what I am. And frankly now, I'm not as concerned about being a cool toned season. I just wanted to be that to avoid gold jewelry. This was because I've just always had a strong hatred. I can't even say dislike, because it was a hatred for gold jewelry and just gold anything. If anything came in gold, I didn't want it within like 5 meters of me. It needed to be as far away from me at all times as possible. Like my keys, my house keys, they're all in silver because I refuse to touch the golden colored keys. It's a whole thing. Recently, I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across this video by this girl who was talking about how she only wears gold jewelry, and she was talking about a scene from Sex and the City, which I will now play for you.
The only jewelry I wear is yellow gold. So why is it that for most of my life I have associated fancy jewelry, like engagement rings, as being silver in color? Let's hear from Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City.
It was a pear-shaped diamond with a gold band. Oh, ick!
No wonder you threw up.
It's just not me.
You wear gold jewelry?
Yeah, like ghetto gold for fun, but this is my engagement ring.
Carrie Bradshaw's character hated that ghetto gold engagement ring so much she threw up in the sink. The sophisticated white women of Sex and the City, and plenty of other media like it, don hairstyles, jewelry, makeup, fashion, even vocabulary created by and appropriated from Black and Latina women, like Carrie Bradshaw's iconic yellow gold nameplate necklace, but ditch and disrespect such styles when it's time to come off as more tasteful and sophisticated. This episode of Sex and the City aired in 2001, but the same could be said about the cultural styles and trends today. When certain trends are ghetto, tacky, or tasteless when Black women create them, but trendy and edgy when white women appropriate them. Now, I thankfully have unlearned my penchant for silver jewelry prior to becoming the owner of an engagement ring. I mean, I don't have one, but when I do, it will be gold. But not before I saved up for years to buy my first fancy ring in 2018. In silver, which despite being a gorgeous ring, I never wear because it doesn't suit me as well as gold does.
That video really got the gears in my head spinning, because I was like, I have also really associated yellow gold with looking tacky or just ugly. There was a big part of me that associated gold, especially yellow gold, with just looking, no. Like, you know how some people say like jatak and like too much and gaudy, and just, that's what I associated with yellow gold. And I realized from that TikTok video that maybe this was more of a problem of me internally than, you know, like maybe this opinion was coming from somewhere deeper than just not liking yellow gold for the color of the metal. And then this video led me to another video where she stitched the original video, which I will play for you now.
You wear gold jewelry?
Yeah, like ghetto gold for fun, but this is my engagement.
As a Middle Eastern girly, the validation that I received from that video cannot be overstated. Being made aware of the white Western culture's tendency to think of yellow gold as ghetto and old-fashioned and old is just so eye-opening. Because as any other mena girly will tell you, yellow gold is quite literally the gold standard for jewelry in the Middle East. Jewelry, especially expensive jewelry, is gifted a lot in the Middle East. This is what I got from my mother as a graduation gift. And this is what I got from my aunt as a graduation gift. This was gifted to me by my father, and this by my uncle. Wearing yellow gold is quite literally part of my culture. Yet I only started wearing them again recently because 10 years of being in this country had convinced me that white and silver jewelry looked better on me, no matter how much my skin tone begged to differ.
In this stitch, it got me thinking, because she's Middle Eastern and the points she makes are so true. Because in Indian culture, gold is also very important to Indian culture. It's something that we gift people, it's something that we hold to a very high regard. Like, gold is a precious metal for us. Oh, it's the most precious metal if you think about it. But you know, we hold gold into such high regard. We use it for our pujas, we use it to say that we love someone, we use it for everything, right? Like, basically for most Indians, the number one preference is gold. Everything else comes below. And I know it's the same for Middle Eastern people, because you see any girl that's from the Middle East, she will be decked out in gold. Those girls don't wear anything but gold. That video really got me thinking too, because I have received many a gift in gold that I just have completely disregarded, and I was like, I'm never gonna wear this. And I used to pin it down to it just not looking good on me, it not suiting my complexion, it not looking at one with me. Like, I have a very see-through complexion. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but like my chest is very see-through. You can see all of my veins on my chest. Even on my legs, you can see my veins. And my wrists, like up here, like you can just see, I don't know how much you can see on camera, but yeah, my skin is pretty see-through. And so I used to think that the gold color used to make my skin look even more see-through, thus making me look pale and like a vampire and not alive. So you might be thinking, where is she going with this? Because currently she's sitting in front of me wearing gold, full gold. What's her point with this? And the reason why I am sitting here wearing a gold necklace and gold nose ring and gold earrings, well, the turning point for me was not only those TikTok videos, but also I'm gonna be traveling to India pretty soon, and my mom said that while we're there we will probably go jewelry shopping. And she said to me that, you know, we're gonna go and have a look because you can get really good silver and really good gold there for a decent price as compared to over here, right? So she said we'll have a look at these shops, and if there's anything you like we can like get it for you. Same thing for my brother. My brother's really into jewelry. He has like his ears pierced and he wears necklaces and bracelets, and he's into it. So she said to us that we can go to the jewelry shop one day. And so originally the plan was, for me, we would go to the silver shop because I hated gold, and like to the point where I refused to let gold touch my skin. If I had to wear gold for like a lehenga that had gold in it, or for a sari that had gold in it, that was about it. other than that, in my day-to-day life, I never wore gold. And I'm pretty sure if you knew me literally my whole life, you would know that the instances where I have worn gold, like I could probably count them on my hand. That's how few and far between my instances of gold wearing have been. This prompted me. I've always been really into like color analysis. I've always annoyed my mum about like, what does she think I am? Cool toned, warm toned? What colors does she think suit me the best? That color, this color. Her brain is proper fried because of having me as a daughter. And I'm very much aware of that. It's just I don't have anyone else to ask, so I project these questions all onto her. I asked her, I said, do you think I look better in silver or do you think I look better in gold? Because, and her reaction to that was, oh my god, again? You're asking me again? And I was like, okay. So my reason for asking this was, if we're going to India and we're gonna go to the gold store, maybe I might like something there and I might want something like something dainty in gold, like maybe. And I told my mum that and she was like, I'm not buying you anything in gold because you never wear gold, and if I buy you something in gold, it's just gonna sit in your jewelry box and you're not gonna touch it and it will basically just be there. And I said, okay. I set up a bit of a thing with my mum. I said to her, look, what if, this was back in January, mind you, I said to her, what if the next 2 months before we fly out to India, what if I try and wear gold, like in my daily life? Like I wear a chain and I don't take it off, or I wear gold earrings and I don't get icked out. Let's try and let's see how long I, as a human, can sustain wearing gold. So she was like, okay, I'm willing to try it. And basically I had a bit of a slip up here and there where I switched back to silver because I was like, I don't know if gold looks good on me. Or my brother said gold made me look really pale. But for the most part, I was like, stuff it, I want to try. And so I put it back on, I put the necklace back on and everything, and I'm still going strong is what I'm saying. So now I feel like I'm at a point where if I got gold jewelry, I'd be totally fine with it. And I think the perspective of my perspective of gold has changed a lot now that I have matured a little bit more, and I'm more appreciative of my culture, where I come from, and the little things that it means to be Indian. I'm very appreciative of it now. Whereas when I was younger, I wanted to pretty much erase most parts that seemed Indian in me, right? Like when people used to say, I made a whole video about this in the past, so I will link that video for you in the iCards, and I'll also link it in the description down below if you're interested, all about why I was so ashamed of being Indian. I don't want to go into it that much in depth like I did in that video, so if you want to watch that, please check out that video, but I will briefly scratch on it. I used to think that wearing gold will make me look more Indian. And obviously in my brain, I used to think that looking more Indian meant looking ugly. I hate to say it. I hate to say it now because it makes me cringe, because Indians are some of the most beautiful people in the world, but there was... I'm sorry, I think Siri is...
I found this on the web for beautiful people in the world, but there was... Check it out.
1 second. That's the second time she's interrupted me in a video. But anyways, and the 2 TikTok videos that mentioned this, I think summed it up very well. This idea that things that originally came from ethnic communities, that they are just deemed as tacky, or I hate to say the word ghetto, but in the video she mentions ghetto gold. That just got me thinking, like, why am I so opposed to this? Like, is there a part of me that is somewhat completely, like, I thought I came a long way. I thought all of the fear and all of the embarrassment and ashamed feelings I had of being Indian, I thought they were gone. But I didn't realize that they weren't fully gone until I started thinking about jewelry. I realized I looked at yellow gold as being tacky. I looked at it as looking very Indian, and you know, God forbid if I look Indian, gee, And I think so for some reason I was just hell-bent on the fact that I will wear silver. Every other brown girl wears gold. I want to be different. I want to be special. I want to be unique. But here's the thing I've realized now that I've been wearing gold is that I like the aspect of it feeling Indian now. I like the fact that I can go to India and get proper gold jewelry and know that I'm wearing good quality gold jewelry. Like, I like that aspect. I also like the way that it ties me back to my culture and my heritage. And I now am even more understanding of the fact that it's not a bad thing to look Indian. If someone looks at me and they guess my ethnicity as Indian, that's not a bad thing. That's totally okay. It made me feel bad at first because I have a lot of silver jewelry. Like, most of my everyday jewelry that I wear is silver. So I did feel bad. It was kind of like mourning a friend. Like, silver jewelry has been there with me like my whole life. I have accumulated a lot of silver jewelry, and it was kind of hard for me to say no to, well, especially during this time where I'm trying to not wear any silver. It was hard to be like, I don't want to wear silver anymore because I have a really beautiful silver watch, or I have like a silver necklace with a birthstone pendant on it. But once I realized that I actually like the quality of gold more, and I don't hate the way it looks on my skin anymore, I feel like it actually quite flatters me. I don't know. I think a big part of understanding how gold really truly looked on me was when I switched out my nose ring to a gold colored one. Now, obviously this is not proper gold. I just went to a piercing shop here and basically just asked them to switch it out from a silver one to a gold one. And one of the best things about switching this nose ring out is that it's so visible now. When I had the silver nose ring, it was not visible. It almost like melted into my face. Like, you can go back and watch some of my other videos and see how prominent my nose ring is. Did you notice it ever before or not? Because I feel like the silver nose ring just sort of, melted into my skin, whereas this nose ring, it is slightly bigger, I will say that. It is slightly bigger, but it's also brighter, so I feel like the color of the gold stands out a bit more. For those of you who are wondering what I look like in silver, I did take 2 videos on my phone. I sent it to one of my friends as well, but because I went stupid crazy about this topic for a while. I did take 2 videos of me without makeup, one wearing silver jewelry and one wearing gold jewelry. I'll also show that to you now. That way you guys can let me know which one truly looks better on me. Does gold really look better on me, or am I the odd brown girl who has maybe cool toned skin and does suit silver more? I don't know what I am. Maybe sometime in the future I will do a color analysis and know truly whether I am warm toned or not, because for me it's very difficult. I have somehow settled on maybe I'm neutral toned because I don't know what I am. Also, for those of you wondering, I am not filming this video at night. It is just an exceptionally gloomy day outside, and that's why I have this huge massive ring light in front of my face, which, let me show you what it looks like if I turn it off, because I tried filming without the light, but it's not that bad. Within like an hour or so ago, it was absolutely terrible. I turned the light off, you couldn't see me. So I was like, this looks better. You need to see me. Okay, so another point I wanted to touch on really quickly was that I have always been into golden hues, in whether it be lighting. Lighting is one of the most common ones, I think, because in our house, specifically in my house, me and my mum both have the same opinion that white lights can go throw themselves away. I hate white lights. They are so sterile and they just scream hospital clinical situation. I don't want the hospital feeling in my house or in my bedroom. So for me, I have always appreciated golden hues in light. Case in point, my fairy lights up there, or even when Diwali rolls around, me and my mum only pick warm yellow fairy lights. Like we're talking warm white fairy lights. Even this ring light, this is the neutral light. I will quickly flick through and show you. They have different options, obviously. I just picked a neutral one because I feel like it's a good balance. Like it makes my skin look good and not too yellow or not too washed out. So here, I'll show you the others. So this is the neutral one. Then you have this one, which is the yellow. And I do really like this light. It's kind of a little bit hard for filming because I feel like the neutral light just mimics daylight a little bit better. But I do love how this makes me look. And warm lighting flatters almost everyone. We have like warm white lights in our bathrooms and they make my skin look so clear and beautiful. As soon as I turn on the white lights, cool white lights, I feel like you can just see everything on my face. And maybe I'm wrong, but doesn't this make me look a little bit washed out and a little bit sickly? I don't know. But yes, this thought process is something that also was like, maybe the cool tones of silver, maybe they're subtly washing me out and I don't even realize, because I have appreciated warm golden yellow hues in pretty much everything else. So the point I'm trying to make here, I'm going to try and explain it as succinctly as possible because I've recorded this a million times already. So the point I'm trying to say is that whatever jewelry you wear, it reflects a light onto your skin. Now, if you're wearing gold jewelry, it reflects warm golden lights onto your face from, the sun shining on it. Whereas if you wear silver jewelry, it reflects like a cooler silvery hue to your skin. So I'm trying to say that if I preferred warm golden lights in my house and in my day-to-day life, I shouldn't be surprised liking gold on my skin because it's reflecting, like when the sun hits it, it's reflecting a golden hue, a warm toned hue, whereas silver would have been reflecting a more cool toned hue onto my skin. I don't know if this makes sense. It makes sense to me, but I just wanted to add this in really quick. Let me know in the comments below if you guys kind of relate with what I said just now, and if you too also went through a gold hating phase, or you can even let me know if this was a stupid video idea. I don't know, it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But also tell me in the comments if you are a gold girl or a silver girl and why. Like, tell me why. Is it because of your preference, or is it something similar to what I was like with just having a strong hatred for gold? Let me know. We can always discuss this in the comments down below. That's it for this week's video. I'll see you guys all in my next one. Bye.